Petroleum Company Limited has effectively halted revenue streams that generated about 2.076 trillion naira in 4 years. An analysis of monthly earnings submitted to the Federation Accounts Allocation Committee revealed that the National Oil Company received 20.739 billion naira from the deductions in 2022, 695.9 billion naira in 2023, 452.6 billion in 2024, and 906.91 in 2025, bringing the total to about 2.1 trillion naira between 2022 and 2025. This development followed the President's directive that all revenues due to the Federation must be remitted in full without prior deductions, in line with constitutional fiscal provisions and transparency reforms in the oil and gas sector. The order, which prioritizes constitutional fiscal provisions governing the Federation accounts over certain operational funding arrangements under the Petroleum Industry Act, specifically holds automatic deductions such as management fees and contributions to the Frontier Exploration Fund from oil and gas revenues before remittance, insisting that all earnings must first be paid into the Federation accounts in line with the Constitution. The move has sparked varying reactions. State governments and fiscal transparency advocates have welcomed the order, saying it will boost distributable revenues, strengthening accountability, and address long-standing concerns about opaque deductions. However, industry players and legal analysts warn that the order could create tensions between statutory provisions of the Petroleum Industry Act and constitutional fiscal rules, potentially leading to policy uncertainty. Meantime, Dangote Petroleum Refinery has announced plans to expand beyond crude processing into a fully integrated industrial hub, unveiling 5 major projects that aim to transform Africa's manufacturing landscape. The project encompasses the ambitious expansion plan of a 400,000-ton linear alkaline benzene (LAB) plant to support detergent manufacturing across the continent. Managing Director Dangote Refinery David Bird pointed out that Africa currently imports 100% of its detergent and cleaning agent ingredients. To address this, he said Africa imports 100% of its detergent and cleaning agent ingredients. It is called surfactant. That's what makes the bubbles in the detergent. That's called LAB, linear alkaline benzene. 5 major projects are already on the way, which is a very ambitious growth agenda, and turning this not just into a refinery, but fully world-class industrial, refining and trading hub that would be transformational, not just to the region and the continent, but Atlantic Hemisphere. According to him, the project is expected to drastically reduce import dependence and ensure that Africa and the region can source cleaning agent ingredients locally. Meantime, Bird declared readiness to compete in the West African market on the basis of import parity pricing, while calling for strong regulation to ensure product quality and protect consumers. Achieving a $1 trillion economy by 2030 will depend on necessary data for planning, effective social intervention, and risk mitigation. Commissioner of Budget and Economic Planning Adams Lekshak made the assertion at a one-day sensitization training for Central Zone stakeholders held at the MNS Resort, Pangshin. Details of the report by Mangu Zonal Correspondent Rangnan Ignatius is completed in our studio.
The sensitization training for Central Zone stakeholders in preparation for achieving the Medium-Term National Development Plan 2026 to 2030 and the Renewed Hope World-Based Development Program. The training brought together local government chairmen, councillors, traditional rulers, religious leaders, directors of budget from the zone, as well as other stakeholders. The Commissioner of Budget and Economic Planning Adams Lekshak noted that the program will map potential economic activities, human capacity and infrastructure in every federal and state boards in Plateau State. Lekshak, while appreciating Governor Caleb Mutfwang and President Bola Tinubu for approving the training, challenged participants to champion the process, engage citizens towards building a resilient, inclusive economy, and deliver the time is now and renewed hope agenda to every household in Plateau State and Nigeria at large. Chairman of Kanke Lapchung Ezekiel and that of Bokos Amalau Samuel appreciated both the federal and state governments for their foresight, adding that the bottom-up approach will lead to the holistic development development. The Ngolangas Ndejika Ngolit, represented by Ruma Kadunglawi Bulus, thanked all stakeholders for the visionary and grassroots-focused leadership initiative to better the less privileged and call for more of such. Director Planning in the Ministry of Budget, Ayuba Dakop, grilled participants on how to accurately complete the questionnaires. Ayuba Dakop said providing accurate information will ensure better allocation of facilities to benefit the various wards in the state. Representative of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Ephraim Gwan, and that of Jamaatul Nasr Islam, Nudu Ibrahim, noted with appreciation the vision behind the initiative and assured of mobilizing citizens for its success. Climax of the sensitization training were questions, answers, and clarifications from participants.
Following due consultations with leaders of all market unions in Jos North local government area, Chairman Jos North Local Government Council John Christopher has directed that all markets will remain open today, Thursday. A statement signed by Chief Press Secretary to the Chairman, Mercy Chuang, instructs traders and business owners to go about their normal activities without fear or hindrances. The statement urged all law-abiding citizens to conduct their daily businesses and routines as usual, stressing that security measures have been strengthened to ensure safety and order in all markets across the local government area. It assured that everything is under control, and the council chairman remains committed to maintaining peace and stability in Jos North. It also appealed to everyone to go about their activities peacefully and report any concerns to the necessary security operatives. Plateau State Commissioner of Budget and Economic Planning, Adams Lenchak, addressed the Northern Senatorial Zone stakeholders during a one-day sensitization training at the local government. Our correspondent completes the report.
The one-day training organized by the federal government and the Plateau State government through the Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning was designed for local government chairmen, councillors, traditional rulers, and religious leaders in the Northern Senatorial Zone. Plateau State Commissioner, Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, Adams Lenchak said the federal government introduced the Renewed Hope Ward-Based Economic Development Program to map potential economic activities, human capital, and infrastructure in every federal ward and for Plateau State in every state ward. He explained that the program will enable government to collect the necessary data for proper planning, more effective social interventions, and risk mitigation in line with the Renewed Hope agenda.
The Renewed Hope Ward Development Plan is the initiative of Mr. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and it's to kickstart development from the ward level to the local government, to the state, and the national.
Lenchak called on the stakeholders to champion the process, engage citizens, and own the program and its outcomes. The Bongom Josda Jacob Gyangbuba, who was represented by the Ata 10 of Ganauri, Yakubu Chaimang, described the program as a laudable initiative.
This is a thing of joy, and I'm very, very sure that since the government, even at the federal level, is concerned with this, I think it is something that we should be very, very proud about.
Chairman Jos South Local Government, Silas Dung, and the representative of the Christian Association of Nigeria, Reverend Ishaya Azi, appreciated the organizers for the people-driven initiative and prayed that the vision will become a reality. I am Bol Chitpam.
Nigeria is intensifying efforts to grow non-oil exports through air cargo reforms driven by the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, highlighting fresh infrastructure and revenue initiatives while examining their long-term viability. In the modern global economy, the speed of trade is often as important as its volume. For a nation like Nigeria, endowed with vast agricultural resources, the perennial challenge has been bridging the logistical chasm between the farm gate and the foreign consumer. After years of infrastructural neglect and naira inertia, there are finally tangible signs that government is treating this gap as an economic emergency rather than an afterthought. Traditionally, Nigeria's aviation sector has been viewed through the narrow lens of passenger travel, packed terminals, delayed flights, and aviation safety issues, while the cargo value chain quietly limped along in the shadows. Now a strategic shift is on the way. A dedicated Cargo Development Directorate has been established within the Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria, marking a concerted effort to inject dynamism into the country's air freight infrastructure. Created in December 2024 by the Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, the Directorate is meant to be a driver of change for Nigeria's struggling non-oil export sector. The Nigerian Airspace Management Agency, NAMA, has confirmed that the fire at the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Lagos, destroyed its air-to-ground communication equipment, but assured that the nation's airspace remains safe. NAMA Managing Director Engineer Umar Ahmad Farouk said the agency immediately deployed its directors of operations and engineering to the scene and activated backup systems to sustain their air traffic services. He, however, noted that communication, aerodrome approach, and air traffic control systems